It'll take a minute to load though.
Is it out? Great. Welcome, everybody. And nice to have you with us, Maggie. It's wonderful in your new role.
Thank you.
Sarah, could you do roll call this evening, please?
Of course. Donna Clark.
Present.
Heather Dale.
Here.
Lauren Davidson. Okay. Jane Donnelly.
Here.
Jason Legree.
Present.
Tracy Stevens.
Present.
And Maggie.
Yep.
Okay. Chair, we have quorum.
Excellent, thank you. Maggie, would you like to do the line acknowledgement for us?
Sure. As we gather, we would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Honoring the traditional territories of the Indigenous peoples is one of the 94 calls to action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's report. To do this properly, we encourage everyone to learn more about the lands we call home, as we all have a role to play in reconciliation.
Thank you. Do we have any conflict of interest this evening? No, none noted. Okay, we have two sets of post-meeting minutes that we need to confirm and have a motion for this evening. So we have the September 16th and our special meeting on October the 15th. So can I please have a mover that the Renfrew Public Library Board approve the regular board meeting minutes on both of those dates? Heather, thank you.
Question?
Yes, you should.
Should this say that it was a Zoom meeting rather than
Is that required,
or not?
Sarah, that it was a virtual meeting?
It can be noted. It can be noted on it.
Excellent, it will be noted. Thanks, Jane. Thank you. So again, moved by Heather and seconded by Jane. Thank you very much. Right. All right, our financial statement. Can I ask that it be moved that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the September 2024 financial statement as it was presented to us? Jason? And seconded? Thanks, Donna.
Speaking to that, there
Yes.
were some questions at the previous meeting.
Yes.
Would you like me to bring that forward now?
Oh, yes, that would be
Yes.
great,
Okay.
Maggie. And then we'll see if anybody has any questions on the new one.
Sure.
Thank you.
There was the question about clarifying the amount spent on professional and contractor services in June. And that was in June. We paid, there was an amount of $5,000 plus PST that actually came out of our account that will be reallocated to one of the town funding sources. It was for the Art and Heritage Master Plan, which wasn't part of our funding. So that will be updated. And then the other professional contractor services in June was the library outfitters windows and shelving project. So when they made the shelves more accessible, that came out of that line in June. And the other clarification was asked for the amount spent on building repairs and maintenance in July. So we had Stephen Brohart come in to do the painting and then fix the shelving behind where the DVDs are. He put in rods there to keep the DVDs from falling down. So he fixed the walls and anything that needed some plaster, he did that work. So that came out, as well as there was an issue with the AC at the connection center that we paid for. And then the other question was, the allocation of the trillion grant not yet represented on the statements. I don't have the complete amount, like the paperwork yet from Kelly regarding for our entrance project,
Right,
but it is covered by trillion.
okay, well, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then any questions about this financial statement?
Questions? No? Everybody's okay with it as read? All right. So the Renfrew Public Library Board accepts the September 2024 financial statement as presented. All in favor? Carried. Thanks, Sarah. Presentations and reports, the library statistics.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, there was, it looks, there's only a minor decrease in usage since September 2023. It was only about 30 in the adult department.
But
Uh,
the e-resources.
The
are higher.
e-resources are much higher, yeah.
Mhm.
So that's it, and they're very popular, so we're not worried about that. The computer bookings are very high. We have, because there is only the one computer in the children's department, we did have a lot of children and young adults coming up to use our computers when they were available. So it was a higher usage, and sometimes they were there for quite long periods. So, but
Is it
that
because of
explains that.
nothing, like.
I
people are
feel like
using it as a
there are some
safe spot to be,
some
everything.
students who may not be attending school right now, and they would spend the day at the library. So, yeah, our program attendance was higher, as well as the number of programs offered. The children's department looks good. Children's programs look good. Everything was pretty much on level for what we were expecting. I'm not sure why the number of website visits dropped so drastically. It might just be a change in reporting. I'll have to check on that. Just notice that. And any questions regarding that? So the difference in the patron was because we did update, and any patrons who had not used their card in 2 years will go from the system. So that's the difference in that.
Yeah, and I noticed the Horton numbers and they only changed by just a tiny amount,
Yeah.
right? So that just makes sense.
Yeah.
And the new patrons, when we look at those numbers, those are new just for the month of September, correct? Yeah. So that's nice to see, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always very happy when people come in to register for that. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, the numbers overall. are really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't have, I'm not worried about anything with card numbers or people using the library. It seems that it's well represented, and a good chunk of our community still visits us.
Mhm.
And if they don't, they are using our resources, so it works out. Some of the program numbers, we are looking at doing a review of what programs are consistently have more attendance than others, just while we're planning for our next show. So all of the staff will come in handy for that. Any other questions for statistics?
No,
Okay.
great.
That's good.
So go ahead and jump to the activity report.
Sure. So in September, so I've started the Valuing Ontario Libraries Toolkit. It's a process getting all the numbers in, but it is really, it really does take that deeper dive into not just statistics, but the return on investment for everything we do at the library. And it'll be good to be able to present that to the public. So I'm hoping it is a lot of numbers. And I did get some samples from other libraries sent to me, and the information, it takes a while to accrue, but once you have it, it'll be good to share. All the improvements to the adult department look great. We do have a couple of spots where we have to touch up, because when they remove the sanitizers, the old sanitizers, the paint has to be repainted. So we'll work on that. So all the new doors are installed. We are just waiting on the second pane of glass for the downstairs regular street entrance. Like I noted, we had some concerns about them not automatically opening, but there is an accessible button. It does only open the one door, and that was a concern for people if they had a wider stroller, but we do have, we are able to open the second door, and we're installing a stopper so that we can pop it open if we had a large group of people that might have those larger strollers coming in. So I don't think it'll be an issue. Kind of the second half of our astronomy library grant items, and they're really cute, the puppets and that, and we're looking forward to planning some child and youth programs using them. And the stargazing kit for the specifically for programs with the larger telescope has been put together, and Emily, she didn't get a chance to use it, but it does have a cool thing where you can put your cell phone in, and the app is downloaded to work cell phones, so we can use it for programming. So that'll be helpful. And I reached out to Astronomy in Action, and they had just visited Ottawa right before I reached out. So they said the next time is in 2025, but we're going to plan a session, and they have a cool dome that they can bring and set up, and people can go in, and it's actually all over the dome in different constellations and different programs. So looking forward to that. Kelly touched on the CEO meeting in our training, but it was very informative, and it was great to see everyone. And I had met them when I attended as deputy, so it was nice to be there as the acting CEO. And it was nice to have Kelly with me, so that was good. The book tree carving starts this Friday, and the family won't be present, but I'm going to record some videos and take some pictures. And then we will have a more formal commemoration ceremony when the family's present on November 22nd for the memorial.
So can you elaborate on that, the carving of the book tree?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so the family of Marian Ferguson had reached out to us regarding doing something in memoriam for Marian at the library, because she loved the library, and specifically the children's department. She was there often. So it was decided, all staff input ideas, and it was decided upon carving the book tree.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and we did reach out to 4 or 5 local artists, carving artists, and we chose one. It is sorry about that.
That's this Friday.
It is, yeah. So hopefully the weather holds for them.
And you said you're going to take a video or something?
I am.
Maybe? Oh,
Yeah,
good.
I don't know if we'll post it right away because of I know the family kind of wanted to be there just for that, but I will make sure to record it as she's doing it. Can't remember their exact name. Okay, so it's Shannon from Against the Grain Outdoors. So they are.
And that's who's doing the carving?
That's who's doing the carving.
That's going to be exciting.
And it's going to be a squirrel holding a book, and there will be a memorial. I just wanted to make sure that there was still some height to the tree once it's carved, because it would turn into kind of a smaller, it wouldn't be as impressive if it was too short, but they assured me that there would be, and the shelves are still going to be in there for the books. Yeah, and then on the 22nd, the family's coming in, and we'll they built a program room for them, and they'll be just hosting a memorial and inviting certain members of the community who were folks in there. So, yeah, that's exciting.
Yes.
So the carving is taking place Friday, and then we're also having Freaky Friday. So we're the opening to the Connection Center, and we'll be set up there with a coloring contest for a chance to win a book prize. So hopefully a lot of people who come through, they're community members, and they'll pick it up and actually come back and return it. Because I know a lot of people sometimes come from out of town. the Freaky Friday, so.
Mm.
Our book sales have been successful on Saturdays. And good weather helps with that. And then this week, we do have the table set up indoors for the Ontario Public Library Week sale. And then we're hoping that we have a good turnout. It opens in 10 minutes, tonight's art show. And then for our Ian Hamilton event on Thursday. And then the rest is mostly just updates from the children's department early on. Visit, it was this morning and it was packed. It was,
Awesome. Yeah, that's good.
was it? Yeah, it was.
You make me great.
Yeah, it says October 20th. Yeah, it was here. Because I looked down and I remember I looked on the screen. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many kids in the children's department. So that was great. And it's great connecting with FCS and early on. And the Tuesday night Let's Talk Science sessions are also very popular. So that is good, and D&D is good. And then all Janice programs are going great. Community activity days are fantastic. We received nothing but positive feedback from community living members, as well as when other people outside of community living attend, but it's nice for them to have something to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. And what else? I attended on Truth and Reconciliation Day. I was partnered with the town of Renfrew, so I had all the books on display and some of Jana's reconciliation. She had planned a reconciliation program. We didn't get a bunch of attendees, but I took the forms and people took them with them. So we're excited to see if anyone returns those as well. And it's basically you built your own plans to action for the 94 calls to action for truth and reconciliation. And then we had someone from Canadian Federation University when we reach out when they were present, and they asked if we can assist them with setting up an Indigenous knowledge session with the group. So Jana met with them about that, and I'm looking forward to see how that turns out. Other than that, we have our coming soon this week art show in Hamilton, and then I'll be in November events, and then we are going to be putting out the next program brochure with the town of Renfrew mid-November. Any questions or?
You had a busy month.
Oh,
Very busy.
Well, they sent me everything and I was compiling and I'm like, oh my gosh, there was a lot happening. And I find October is so busy because there's just the holidays, and then Ontario Public Library Week, we'd like to make a big deal of it because it is very important to us. So. Okay.
I always look forward to getting that, the activity report.
I know. The one thing I meant to send out the newsletter as well, but it's not complete yet. It'll be this week. It's on the list.
It's okay. Thanks, Maggie.
No problem.
Okay, our next item is the CEO evaluation that we talked about last week. So could I please have someone move that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the updated CEO evaluation template as presented? Jane and Jason, thank you. So a few things to talk about. If anybody have any further questions or thoughts or comments, Brady did remove that language, the word supervisor, and changed it just to comments. So I think you all got that updated version in your attachments. The only thing I would like to suggest is that maybe we amend the motion that it also includes the process steps. That was Brady's title for it, but that's just the year at a glance, what will happen at what point, like what will happen in March and what will happen in June, for example. So it was, again, that attached document that just is a year at a glance timeline. So if there's some way to amend that video evaluation as well as adopt the proposed yearly process. He called it process.
Yeah.
steps.
So you're gonna basically.
But did anyone have any more questions after looking at it in the last month?
Okay, wait, before you go on, sorry.
Yes.
So we're just gonna do an amendment to it.
Can we
So
just reword it or add that? in?
yes, but you have to do it as amendment. So here,
Okay.
down here. So then you're just gonna add the section that Tracy. I just,
And we do understand that this would be
You can fix that for-
2025.
Mhm.
Right, so that would be the first year
To
we do it. I'm going to say test drive it, because that would be the first year we do it to see if
And she's
we're all
in the
happy with it at the
second
end of the year. We could certainly revisit it again.
Right, Tracy, can you just hold? Because we'll need a mover and a seconder to add that amendment in, and then you can further your discussion. So just one moment.
No problem.
Yeah. So I have an amendment to include process steps in year at a glance timeline. Is that correct?
Okay.
Okay, so make it a
Okay, thanks.
mover. You just need a mover
Okay,
and
so
seconder.
mover, please, Jason, and seconder. Thank you, Donna.
Now you can go ahead.
You guys still have to do one.
All right.
So
So
we'll
that
do
was property. Are there any other thoughts or
we're all in agreement.
concerns?
So I'll apologize. I didn't include those steps. So it might not be in the purpose. Yeah, I think it's gonna be updated language
This
in
one?
the actual template.
And that is correct.
Okay.
Right, that is correct. So,
add
they're
in
the
that-
ones we had from
whatever
last
that
time, nothing's
second
been
sentence
changed.
Okay.
Do you want me to read it or pass this around?
I can provide it.
We can certainly all get another copy. after.
It was in the email. I thought when
Okay.
it was only updated just the template.
That's correct.
Okay.
Correct. And the only thing that was changed was that one word
The
on
supervisor.
those pages was just changed from supervisor comments to comments. And this is exactly as Brady presented it to
This
us
is
last
the-
week. It was just a timeline.
And
You want
then,
to pass it
and then
around?
Yeah.
she's done talking.
That's
So
good.
remember
Fresh
this,
one around.
that's
Yes,
amended.
sure. And I just thought of that today, Maggie, like just this evening, I thought, oh, we need to actually talk about that process as well as being acceptable. Do you want to see it?
And it's
Jason?
in there, it's under
Yeah.
it, just read it.
I just have.
It just basically, I would say. That request will make to amend.
So like I said, that is not changed from last month's minutes. That is exactly the same. The only thing changed is what was in attached for tonight. Right.
Okay.
All right, is there any further discussion? Are we comfortable to go ahead and move forward with this? Everybody okay?
Mhm.
All right, okay, so then we have a motion that the Renfrew Public Library Board accepts. Want to read it, Sarah? Maybe you should read it. I should read it? Mine doesn't have that.
The amendment.
The amendment on it.
Oh, you already called for the vote on the other one. You're okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're okay. You don't have to read that one a second time.
So
So
just,
G1.
so just a new one?
So down to B.
Oh, so we can just move on.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can, sorry, I thought you already,
We didn't- we didn't vote.
oh, sorry, I thought you looked around the table and had said, is everybody in agreement?
Just do it formally, so I can.
Sure, of course, yes, of course.
Favor.
There we go.
Great,
Perfect.
great. All right, so new business. So policy OP 22, social media. Could I have a motion, please, that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the new social media policy as presented? Heather, Jason, thank you. And any thoughts or questions or concerns? I had some. Sure. Okay, just clarification. Yep. So in 1D, where it discusses the summer student using a designated social media account to coordinate and promote programming. I do see that on item 3, that there will be oversight.
Okay.
And it does say that. So I had originally asked the question, who will oversee and will the summer student? I'm assuming that's now covered in item 3. Or is that?
Yes.
And
So you're asking about the using a designated social media account?
I know more that the student will be using a designated social media account to coordinate and promote programming. So would that individual respond to questions and queries?
Only on the PD Summer Reading Club page. So what we've done in the past
Okay.
is they've joined the page as themselves,
Mhm.
and then they would respond as themselves. But what we'd like in place is that everyone has, like I know I personally, I have my work Facebook account and I have a personal Facebook account. And I use my work one to share items. And if I was to comment on something, it would be under myself, representing myself as a library staff member.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So it
not
would be
my
the
personal
same.
account. Yeah.
It would be the same.
It would be the same. So we would ask them if they wouldn't mind, instead of using their Facebook account that they might use all the time as themselves outside of this position, have a designated library
Yes.
member account.
Yes. So that they can manage that summer program.
So they
like
can
the
do
TV
that
program.
page. Yeah.
Yes. And again, it would, the oversight would be the CEO, the chief librarian, and the social media coordinator, right? Okay, great, great. 2C. It says that RPL reserves the right to turn off commenting on any of the social media posts.
Yeah.
Does that include sharing, or is sharing even an option?
So if you had shared one of our posts, I can't turn off commenting on the share.
No, but could you stop the sharing option?
I don't believe so. No, we're not a private page. We're a
Okay, so it
public
doesn't work out.
page. No,
But you can stop the comments.
yes.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yes,
And I like how you find out exactly why that we did.
yes.
Oh, yes.
All great reasons and reasons.
Especially the comments unrelated to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my only other question was, what is a staff Facebook page? But you've just explained that, Maggie, so thank you.
Yeah,
Those were my only questions.
and we will offer if anyone, like besides our social media coordinator, if anyone else, staff members, they are welcome, we will help them set up. So that they can share, especially our programmers, like they can
Mhm.
share and post and everything, representing themselves as staff members of the Renfrew Public Library.
Keeping working.
And
Privately.
yeah,
And I
because we're
really
not monitoring personal accounts.
No, exactly. And I like number 4, where it says that the Renfrew Public Library does not serve as a substitute for parental supervision. And no, I think that's it. Those were my only queries. Thank you for explaining. Anything else? Anybody? No? Okay. All right, so can we take a vote on this, that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the new social media policy as presented? All in favor? All right, thank you. Okay, Sarah, can you help me with this? Do we need a motion to discuss the next meeting? Mine shows up there's a motion.
No, there
on
shouldn't
my
be.
That was.
Document, it shouldn't be,
No.
correct? Okay, thank you. So our next meeting is on November the 18th at 5 p.m. Thank you for everything this evening, everybody. And we'll see you next time. So we are adjourned at 6:03. Go to the art show.
Perfect.
Just one
Just
second.
1
You're
second.
on, you're
That's
still
okay.
on.
We're still live talking about the art show. Excellent. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, it's 'cause you're probably good. Horrible here.
We don't know if it was on here.